I open my project every single day after work. I sometimes make a lot of progress, and sometimes I just stare at my screen. I don't always make progress, but I show up every single day. And it's finally starting to feel like it's worth it. The crafting, the combat, the game flow, it's all finally starting to connect. Last time I showed you the Forge, but back then it wasn't actually a real place the player could visit in the game. It was just a bunch of assets that I had dragged into the scene to see how it might look. The player couldn't actually even get there. So this week I changed that. I built a proper Forge level that the player could visit in between the levels. The best way to fit it into the game was to make a custom module for my level generator. The module just needs a simple pixel map texture instead of random noise and other generative functions. It wasn't actually the easiest way to make the levels for the game, but it was definitely the easiest way to make it work with the rest of the level generation. Now, if you like seeing the real journey of making a game like this, the wins and the headaches, then make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next update. Now, once the Forge levels worked, I had to make sure that the rest of the game is connected to the Forge. And this part completely froze me. It's funny because it's technically super simple, but it's like all up in the head. Mentally it felt huge. The system defines how you transition from one level to another. It basically just simply takes the player to the next level, and the code for this doesn't actually even generate the levels or do anything fancy. It just needs to decide which level comes next after any given level. It takes in input one level and it outputs another level. Just the stage, the number, and what kind of level is it. Is it Forge? Is it normal level, or is it some kind of secret level? And while it's simple, it's super important. If it breaks or takes the player to the wrong level, then the game completely breaks. But eventually I just said screw it and went simple, just made it, put it in the game. And I decided I'm just gonna make a simple game logic script that tells the game which level to send the player to next after any given level. If you are in the first stage, you're in the first level, then it takes you to the second level, then it takes you to the third level, and then it takes you to the first Forge area. If you're in the Forge area, then it takes you to the next stage. And then it finally loops and starts over again from the second stage's first level. And if I need to change it, it's in the same script, I know where to find it. I can really easily change it if I, for example, want the Forge to be in the middle of a stage, for example. So I shouldn't have been so worried about this, but you know, sometimes even after 7 years, it's the simple things that have big consequences that really get you. With the Forge functional, I needed recipes that could scale. I wanted flexibility, but also the ability to group different recipes that share the same ingredients, so that I could easily develop a large batch of different recipes. Like maybe every single sword and axe shares the same recipe, but then maybe pickaxes have a different recipe. And then maybe some rare pickaxes have a more expensive recipe. This is in the end it's a kind of a simple thing, but it kind of gets messy pretty fast. And the design part was actually pretty difficult, because I wasn't sure how exactly do I define how all the recipes are created. And it's not perfect yet, but you can see that it's pretty easy to add new recipes and get the exact level of control that I want to have. And if you want to see more about the crafting system, you can check out the video, it's in the description. After dealing with all that system stuff, I needed a break, so I made things more destructible, which is always fun. Barrels, pillars, everything breakable now has particles and debris and a little flash animation, and it just makes the combat and the level interaction so much more satisfying. It's a small change, but it makes everything feel more alive. I also made more combat improvements and adjustments. I made the attack animations a bit better. The hit timings were not very good before. Now they're a lot better. Like the hammer swing and the hit effect are more in sync. This also really improved the feel of combat. I still need to do some playtesting and make sure that the combat actually feels balanced and satisfying and fun, most of all. Since I've been testing it out a lot and I feel like I'm kind of getting blindness to the feel of the combat. I also designed around 20 enemy ideas just on the concept level, and then I started working on the visual designs of them as well. My process is pretty simple for doing the visuals. I first just take a screenshot of the game and draw the enemies right on top of it to see if they fit the game. That way I know instantly if the design belongs in the same world and in the same level. My favorite so far is the Drill Brute. It charges at you with a massive drill arm. It's kind of a Bioshock inspired enemy. And if it hits a wall, it basically makes the ceiling of the cave collapse a little, making some debris fall and possibly damage the player. Looking back, this week was pretty messy. I overthought a lot of stuff again and almost got stuck again. But progress doesn't come from avoiding mistakes, and it doesn't come linearly. It comes from moving through challenges and making a little progress every day. Now next time we'll have more enemies and the biomes are gonna feel a lot more distinct, with more interesting interactions for the players. If you wanna see all that, make sure to subscribe the channel. I'll see you in this video where I go more in depth in my crafting system.